Okay, the manifold's a pretty simple manifold. What we've got here, we've got a series of O-rings. We've got two O-rings on the front here, I don't know if you can see that. They are 4x1s. We've got a 3x1 O-ring on here. We've got a gasket here, which is a special shaped gasket. We've got a 5x1 on this part of it here, and we've got an 8x1 that fits around here. They're the O-rings that you would take out and put new ones on. Now inside, I don't know if you can pass me the screwdriver, Jace. Inside of here we've got a Qev and we've got a solenoid. And also what we've got a transfer plug, which we've got two 08 O-rings which basically take the air from your grip into the body and into the manifold. So what we're going to do, put the screwdriver, just electrical screwdriver, look at it. We find the screwdriver type is a lot better. We used to use hexagon on these, but some of them were getting rounded off. What we got under the manifold, there's like a figure of 8, almost a figure of 8, and you've got a little tiny gasket as well. Just make sure that isn't split, and it's, you know, a little bit of lube on there just to protect it from the elements, the air. What we're going to do now, we're going to take the Qev out. The best way to get this out is with your pick. There's a little hole, and literally just put her in and push, and then pull. Now what we've got here, we've got a very, I don't know, can you see that, Jace? We've got what we call the input part of the Qev. It's a little stainless steel part, and on this part there's two 4x1 O-rings. Okay. Inside the manifold there is a little Qev. Sometimes the best way to get that out, just bang her down here, or you can just pick her out. And that's one tiny little Qev out. So obviously if this is split, you'd replace this. What we're going to do, we're just going to put a little bit, just a very tiny little bit of lube back on. This could be a new one, but I know it's okay. So I'm going to put this one back in. To reassemble this component back in, it's the big end in first. I'm going to have to put my glasses on because it's small. So when you're looking down, just make sure it hasn't turned upside down. Just make sure she's in the right way down, so it'll be big end down. Then simply, once you've changed the O-rings on this component, which is the inlet, all we do is just literally push that in, and that is then, when it's in the gun, this is held in by the side of the gun. We've changed this gasket here. We would change this normally, but it's a brand new gun, so we're not going to do that. So you change these 208 O-rings, ship that in. Now what we have got in these, we've got there's a plug here and there's a plug there. These are just transfer holes, but we have to plug them. So we can get these out quite easily by just shoving one of these hooks down. As you can see, we've got like a little plug with two 2x1 O-rings. They are 2x1s. So we'll just shove that back in. There shouldn't be any reason to have that component out, but if you have got a leak somewhere and you want to eliminate it, just take them out, put two 2x1 O-rings on, and then, you know, that's been put to bed. But what we're going to do now, we're going to reassemble the solenoid part. It's quite simple. Make sure your gasket's in and not being trapped. You know, make sure it's definitely in these slots or the grooves, and we literally just stick the solenoid back on. Little nip. Tighten it down, not too tight, but a nice, good old nip. So that's replaced basically all the O-rings and the gaskets on this component. That now can go back into the gun. So we pick the body up, we check to make sure we've got no debris that you picked up, or you may even have one of these O-rings. I had one this morning But I took this out, put another one in, and one of the O-rings had stuck to the face, so be careful of that. Make sure that's a clean face inside there. And basically all you do is push that in and grip it down. And then all we do then is just get your two screws. One screw goes in there, one screw goes in there. Watch you don't trap the wires. Then you've got a little one that goes in the front. And simply, again with these Allen keys, you can use the ball end to do most of the work. When it comes to tighten it down, do use the big end, because if you round these off, an engineer's going to have to drill them out, and it will cost money to do that, so be careful. And obviously you don't want to be swinging on these too hard, because you will strip the thread in the body. So it's literally just a bit of a nip and not too hard. And that is now ready for the next operation, which I think we're going to be putting the eyes back in.